Another example of hypocrisy when it comes to the trade union leaders, the champagne socialists. This time, a BMA leader who was behind the massive NHS industrial action who decided to go on holiday during the strikes. Oh yes, one rule for them, another for us, the plebs and the commoners. It's so embarrassing what's going on right now because the central government in general and the government departments are not really competent, even when it comes to negotiating with the trade unions and the public sector. Everybody has demands right now because of the cost of living crisis. Everybody wants a pay rise. Now, in the private sector, you can't really do that because you just get fired or you can just change your job. But in the public sector, they just go on strike, especially when it comes to the NHS, doctors and nurses. They would sacrifice patients' lives. They put them at risk. They go out, stand outside the hospitals. They dance, they clap, because that's how you protest these days, while demanding for a pay rise. They say, we're not going to go treat the patients unless you pay us more. Now, this is their demand. Having said that, the man on the right is one of the BMA leaders. So that's Dr. Robert Lawrenson. Now, Dr. Robert Lawrenson, who's one of the BMA leaders, has played a key role in plotting the devastating 96-hour NHS industrial action. Firstly, this Dr. Robert guy, he looks like he's 12. Secondly, well done to him. He managed to organize this massive mission and project, and they're all basically now going on strike, okay? Having said that, where is he now? The moment the strike started, he went on holiday. Oh yeah, he's loving it. Now, a BMA spokesperson said Dr. Lawrenson is off work this week, fulfilling a long-standing commitment to attend the wedding of a family friend. He remains actively involved in the planning of the dispute, and we expect he will be undertaking some media work. So not professional work, media work. Okay, so even when he's going to work, he's just going to go on TV and talk nonsense. Okay, fair enough. Now, the BMA yesterday threatened further action if ministers do not agree to his demands, which is a huge demand in terms of the pay rise. We'll get into that in a second. Now, he actually does look like he's 12. But anyway, Dr. Robert Lawrenson attended Sevenoaks School in Kent, which is one of the most prestigious boarding schools, private schools in the country, which charges fees of up to £46,566 per year for sixth formers. £46,000 per year for his private boarding school. Okay, you can't really help yourself. You don't choose which family you're born into. I get it. You know, his parents were rich and they sent him to one of the best schools. Good for you. But why did you become a champagne socialist? That was your choice. Now, these junior doctors. This is about the junior doctors, not even the senior doctors who are protesting right now. Junior doctors are refusing to cover any services, including A&E, which is really dangerous, by the way. A&E and cancer care, very damaging, as they pursue look at this, 35% pay rise, worth up to £20,000 per person, each one of them. 35% pay rise. Now, there is a massive and legitimate debate to have about the whole NHS structure and system and the starting salaries for junior doctors. Absolutely, let's have a debate about that. But the only way you can reform the system to have better pay for doctors and nurses and better conditions is, guess what? You have to get rid of the NHS. You need to reintroduce a new universal healthcare system closer to what the Western Europeans or Northern Europeans or even Singapore have. Because that way, it will still be universal coverage, so it's going to be okay. But at the same time, it will be much more efficient. That way, you can have a discussion about doctors and nurses getting better pay, better work conditions. But these idiots who are organizing these industrial actions and these revolutionary protests, they are demanding the same sort of pay and conditions that the better countries have, yet they are still worshipping the NHS. They want to clap at 8 p.m. every Thursday. They are completely blinded by the faith into this the fake religion of the NHS. You cannot keep promoting the same system and keep moaning that the system doesn't work. You need to change the system. Because they think it's all about money. They think you just throw money at it. It's a bottomless pit. The more you take money from the hardworking taxpayers to give to the NHS, do you really think that they know how to use that money? No, because the money gets wasted. It's a big monster of bureaucracy and middle management. The bureaucrats get paid more than doctors and nurses. The whole system is a failure, but they're not willing to talk about it. They want to keep the system as it is, the NHS. At the same time, they want to be treated the same way as other countries' medical professionals get treated. At the same time, they are holding patients like hostages, and they are harming them, saying, but I'm not going to treat you, even though you took an oath as a medical professional to care about people, to treat them. No, you're going out there, dancing outside a hospital, happily, with your rainbow and pink hair. At the same time, people are literally losing their lives in the A&E and cancer care. Is that moral? Is that morally the right decision? And I'm not defending the government. They have to also sort out the system. People deserve better pay, better work conditions. It's not really about defending the other side either. You're all as bad as each other. And we are suffering, the taxpayers and the patients of the NHS. Now let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.